Peak. The highest mountain peaks are covered with snow all the year round. At one's peak. The kingdom was at its peak in the 12th century. Past one's peak. The 40-year-old actress was rejected by the producer because she was past her peak.
Pearl. Many wealthy ladies like wearing pearl necklaces.
Pebble. Johnny had a pebble in his shoe, so he stopped to take it out.
Pest. Farmers consider rabbits and rats to be pests because they eat their crops. Sometimes Philip can be a real pest, especially when he wants something.
Petal. This kind of flower has 8 petals.
Phenomenon. The magical northern lights are a natural phenomenon.
Pine. The pine tree stands for long life for the Chinese.
Plum. Plum blossoms represent winter in Chinese paintings.
Pony. The children rode their ponies all over the farm.
Pour. The rain is pouring down outside. Anita poured me another beer. Pour cold water on something. My mother poured cold water on my plans to be a movie star. It never rains, but it pours.
Reflect. I saw white clouds reflected in the lake. People's negative opinions about the government have been reflected in the election results. Please take some time to reflect on our offer. Reflection. In the myth, Narcissus looked at his reflection in the pool and fell in love with himself. If children turn out lazy and dishonest, it might be a reflection of bad parenting. Becky was lost in reflection when I called out her name.
Resource. The country is rich in natural resources such as wood, iron, and gold.
Scenery. I like to take the train so I can enjoy the scenery.
Seagull. Gull. A flock of seagulls circled overhead, scanning the beach for food.
Seal. Don't use this product if the seal on the bottle is broken. It is common to see a seal balancing a ball on its nose in a circus. The envelope has been sealed with glue. The agreement was signed and sealed this morning. It's too late to change your mind.
Slope. I was out of breath after running up the steep slope.
Smog. Sometimes the smog in Taichung will cause people to have difficulty breathing.
Solar. In sunny countries, solar energy holds great promise for the future.
Spark. A spark set fire to the haystack. His speech sparked off a fierce argument. Sparkle. Diamonds sparkle in the light. Herman was deeply attracted by the sparkle in April's eyes.
Sparrow. A tiny bird like a sparrow can fly remarkably fast.
Species. This conservation group aims to protect endangered species.
Stem. The stem of this plant is so strong that it won't break even in a heavy wind. Her fear of water stems from a boating accident when she was 5.
Stormy. The plane crashed when lightning struck it during stormy weather.
Summit. His career didn't reach its summit until he was well into his 50s.
Tide. The tide came in fast and almost washed our flip-flops out to sea. Swim with the tide. Go with the tide. Swim against the tide. Go against the tide. You're the only person swimming against the tide. Why do you insist on being different?
Tortoise. A tortoise and a hare once had a race. Incredibly, the tortoise won.
Trunk. My dad made a beautiful chair out of an old tree trunk. Please put my luggage in the trunk of the car.
Tulip. The Netherlands is famous for tulips even though the flower comes from Turkey.
Twig. Dry twigs can be used to start a fire.
Twinkle. At night, when you look down from the mountain, you can see the city lights twinkling. We can see the distant twinkle of stars in the sky.
Universe. The sun is just one star in the universe.
Violet. Abby likes to grow violets because their purple-blue color looks fantastic next to her white house. Mimi asked for a violet-colored dress, but they sent something closer to blue.
Volcano. An active volcano may erupt at any time.
Weed. The children helped pull out the weeds in the garden. Weeding the garden is boring, but if you don't do it, the weeds will take over.
Wheat. Bread is generally made from wheat flour.
Willow. The artist painted a lovely picture of willow trees bending down to the water.